Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube videos, all things Janelli. Today I'm going to be doing a book review. I am going to be putting out a couple of these videos because I've been reading quite a lot over the last couple months and I thought I would share my views on it. Because it's my first book review in my book review series, I decided to do a new notebook in my goodnotes, and I can do a video all about how to use goodnotes if you would like. Comment down below if you would like to see something like that, but I just decided to do a new notebook with some blank pages and I called it book review. I then made on Canva a book review template for myself to use, so if you would want a little video on Canva, I will also do that as well. But I just did my own book review template, put the book cover, and this one that we're talking about today is They Both Die in the End. This is a book by Adam Silvera. It's a really good book and I'll get into my ratings in just a second. So the genre of this book is mainly dystopian fiction, so it's all about a boy who is living in a world where death cast is a real thing, and they call you on your last day on the earth, like before you die, and tell you that you're gonna die today. And both Mateo and Rufus both get this call, and they answer it and they're told that today's their death day, and there is like an online chat thing that they can go on to talk to other people also on their last day, so their death day specifically. And it's really interesting. I would recommend this book 100%. I've given it 5 stars because I just think it makes you think about your own mortality. It makes you think about that you don't know when you're gonna die, but you need to live your life to the fullest. And I gave it 5 stars because it just was something really cool, something I hadn't actually thought about, something like death cast who calls you on your last day. I hadn't actually thought about that before, and it's very different to most dystopian fictions that I've read. If you've read it before, you can agree that it's a very quite forward book, so it has a lot of like LGBTQ in it. Rufus and Mateo are both, well, Rufus is bisexual but Mateo is gay. I think it's interesting how that kind of balances out. Rufus has a girlfriend who he really is in love with, but then realizes that he actually didn't really love her. It's more about possession rather than actual love and feelings. And Mateo and Rufus learn to kind of have a really interesting kind of trauma bond because it's both their last day on earth and they don't know when they're going to die. So that's a key thing. Like, they don't tell you how you're going to die, they just say you're going to die before the end of the day. So you could die 1 minute to the next day, or you could die like first thing in the morning, so you just don't know when you're gonna die. But they both like go on an adventure to find out who they are and try to do different things and take risks and stuff like that. And through their experience you realize that both of them kind of character build and they kind of make decisions based on how they feel, and they don't want to regret their last day on earth. So my favorite event inside of this book is when they both go to this like activity place where you get some money off if it's your last day, and they go with Mateo's best friend who like finds out that she's now gonna have to raise her baby on her own because her boyfriend died, and she's really regretful about that, so she decides to spend Mateo's last day with him. and Rufus as well, and they go to like this really cool activity place where it's like a simulation kind of thing, and they all have headsets like VR, and they can like experience jumping off and doing different things. So they go to two different places, one that's heavily like AR based, and the other one is like more you're jumping into waterfalls and stuff like that. And I really liked how Mateo realized that life is all about enjoying it rather than thinking about more deeper things. And because he had been like really afraid of dying all his life, he didn't get to live his life that he wanted to live. So he just learns about taking risks. My favourite character is Rufus, just because he's unapologetically himself. He's quite blunt and ruthless, and he kind of starts out the book as being an antagonist because he's beating someone up when he gets his call from Deathcast. But he quickly realises that his life was quite eventful, and he did live his life to the fullest in the end. And I just like how he learns to appreciate other people in his life, and he kind of looks back at what he's done in his life and his bad choices and good choices, and kind of weighs out how he feels about a lot of things. So I like his character development in comparison to Mateo's a lot more. And finally, onto some thoughts about the book. So again, it kind of makes you think about your mortality and thinking about that you just need to make the best of everything that goes on, be positive about it, go out and experience different things, don't be stuck in the house all day. This is kind of like so bad for me because I'm mostly inside my house all the time, but just experience new things and spend time with the people that you love. And don't kind of spend your whole life just being scared of death or scared of what might happen next, and just enjoy the life that you're given. So that's mainly what I learned from this book. And also another thing is that the ending of this book is a little bit like, like I remember looking up after I read the book thinking like, what's the ending? What does this even mean? Like, what is it all about? And I think most of it is capturing just that Mateo dies before Rufus, and then Rufus is like, I'm gonna go and do Mateo's last wishes, so see his father, go to the gravesite, all that kind of stuff, and he just dies on the way going there, and it's kind of like a sudden ending. And I think that encapsulates death and how death is just happens, and that's the end. And obviously because our two main characters are the people who die in the end, so it just ends, and you think that there's going to be more to it than that, but it isn't. Like, there's nothing more, and you don't know what happens to them, if there's an afterlife, if there's not, and you don't really know what is happening after that because they've died now, so you don't really know anything else. And how you find out that Mateo's died is also really odd as well, because it kind of ends with Mateo making something like a tea or something like that, and the stove blows up, and that's how he dies. But Rufus obviously just wakes up to Mateo dying, but you didn't know that Mateo actually died at that time. So it's really crazy to me, this book. I really like it. I really like dystopian fiction anyway. So if you really like this video, you like the book reviews, please give me a thumbs up and come back to watch many more videos that I'm about to be posting. I've got my August bullet journal sorted out, so I'll also be posting that soon, and some more bullet journal stuff as well. If you've got to this part of the video, thank you so much for watching the whole video, and I hope that you enjoyed this type of video. I'll be adding some more to it, but I'll also be posting different types of videos as well. Thank you so much for the new subscribers. More bullet journal stuff coming up next. Thank you for watching.